Hey everyone, this is the Kubeflow community call for the 10th of March 2026. We're a CNCF project, which means we have the code of conduct, be nice to each other. As always, this meeting and others can be a little bit confusing to find, so the way we explain it is if you go to kubeflow.org and you click community, or go down the sidebar and click community and meetings, and you scroll down, you can see a list of all of our meetings. There is a calendar link here, which takes you to the LFX calendar. The way you subscribe to meetings is by clicking on one, clicking register, and then adding your email, and then clicking request email, and it will send you an invite just like it's a normal meeting, and it will update or cancel if the meeting is changed. You can also see a list of the docs for each of the meetings here and recordings on YouTube for historic meetings going back many years. As well, we have a Slack channel, many Slack channels. We have a Slack server, which is the CNCF Slack. You have to join the channel specifically because the CNCF has many projects. So make sure that you join the ones you care about, especially the announcements channel, and let's say the one you're interested in, maybe CAD, pipelines, notebooks, something like that. These channels are used for both development and users to discuss things, but it's just a place where everyone can interactively communicate. But always the most important thing to highlight is that, at least for notebooks in my case, the community calls, the meetings are the best place to help find tasks to develop, but every project has their own policy. Okay. I know that we're about to hit a release, and I know that some things probably need to be discussed there. So who wants to talk about 2603?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. We started release cut one yesterday. There's still a few components that need to be cut, like the ones that basically aren't highlighted in green on the table there. Um, well, with the exception of model registry and Spark operator, we're only missing a release from SDK, notebooks, and dashboard. I did see that Kubeflow Trainer has a 2.2 like release cut one, but not for um 2.2 full release.
Cool. I know that I'm one of the people in who needs to cut something there. I sorry about that. This weekend got a bit crazy. But yes, we are very close to be able to cut that release. Did you end up cutting an RC0, or did you not quite cut it in the end?
It's just RC1.
Sorry,
It's
what
in
do
the
we call it?
manifest.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there would be a release candidate number two if like
Well, there
notebooks
has
and
to be, yeah.
dashboard were to get cut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. We'll try and get that out as soon as possible. How hard would it be to, there is a couple of big changes in the manifest repo that need to happen. So for anyone who consumes the release candidate, they should know that that the dashboard and notebooks manifest for V1 and both are going to change quite a lot. So
Mhm.
there'll be a V2 as well, but that's, when is the next date? So the next date will be,
Well, whenever we get
well, I mean, that sure,
notebooks.
but like,
Yeah.
are we going to hit a, like, because I also want to sneak, not in the, not like enabled by default, but as we're saying, the alpha 0 of notebooks V2 in there, which is not quite good enough to include yet. So I didn't want to include it like straight right now, but as every day passes, we're getting closer to that being safe to include on not a production cluster, but a dev cluster. Uh,
hmm
so what's the final date for us to get that in? Because we'll get whatever the state is in at that time. It's just I don't want to do it until, since it's an alpha thing anyway, it's like, it's more like a
I think
demo.
the 16th should be.
Well, it has to be before then, I guess, right? But
Yeah,
yeah, okay. And then relative to KubeCon, which starts on
the 23rd, I believe.
23rd. Okay, cool. Okay, so I will endeavor to get this dashboard thing. Today it looks still crazy as well for me, but hopefully tonight I'll be able to cut those releases. Um, and Christian, yes, you can help, but we'll talk offline. Okay, cool. Okay, other than me though, is there anything else that you have noticed or things that need to happen here?
I've also just started prepping for the release platform docs page. Um, I've made a PR on the website. If any feedback would be nice. It is important to include like information on the website about the release, like numbering changes. because we're going from like numerical to like calendar release.
Yep.
Um,
So I'd suggest you include that as both as an admonition above. Oh my God, we need to rename this. The too long. It's very hard to read. Um, the this here is like you could put it here, or you could put it just at the top of this page. Like as
yeah,
like a warning kind of call out. I don't
yeah.
know.
Tarek and I spoke about it yesterday, and we agreed that having it on both pages would be good. But when I was trying to put it in not like the individual pages, but like the release pages, it wouldn't let me like put a note on the top. Like if I just put it in, like it wouldn't display on the page. So
Make sure that it might not be the formatting you're expecting because it's not
yeah.
Markdown formatting.
hmm I'll have a look again
It's
because
yeah.
I did it like late.
I think there's a
Yeah.
good. Let me just show you one example. I think there's one on pipelines, which is the one that has upgrading guide. Does anyone know? Upgrading guides, probably. Mm, that one. No, it doesn't have it here. Okay, yeah, here's an example. But you can
Yeah.
change the colors. Yeah. Okay, cool. Is there anything else you need from people here then?
Not right
So
now, no.
what's so yeah, if so I guess does trainer want to say if they're gonna cut this release? Or say that is that if they want this release included? Andre? Maybe.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I hope we can include it, but it looks like the deadline is 16th, right? Well,
So
deadline
is this
is
been cut?
20th, right? No, it's not been cut yet.
Okay, because I mean it's the same as me. Like although my two things are ready from like a functional perspective and haven't changed that much. Notebooks need
Again,
to
I
is different.
don't, so from my perspective, we can cut on 20th. If it's not been there, we can have an 2603.1 where we're gonna have a trainer 2.2.
What is the
If
actual
Julius
current
and
version though?
2.1,
Okay, because as long as it's not a breaking change, then that's fine. Yeah.
there will be a breaking change.
If it's a
But
breaking
it
change,
looks,
then I thought we agreed that everyone would support at least till the end of the year for 26. So whatever version lands in
yeah, I
2603.
mean, it looks like Julius, I mean, maybe we need Julius here in the room. Like,
I mean,
but
that sounds
it
like an
looks like
encouragement to get 2.2 in there then, right?
yes, yes. But I don't want to block the release date.
No. Yeah, you can't, obviously. Even that's the whole point of doing it before KubeCon. But like, what I'm saying is, I think, I don't know if we wrote it down, but when we discussed the 2603 and 2611 version or 10 versioning system, the idea was that whatever version that lands in there, we guarantee to do security and patch fixes throughout the year for that
Yeah,
version.
that's true. But I mean, it looks like, I mean, at least me looking at the release handbook, it says like patch versions can introduce breaking changes.
You sure it doesn't say minor? It should say minor, I think,
Um, I don't know.
because it's meant to
Do
be
we have
like
a
the
dome?
date. This date. It's meant to be like at least what I was interpreting. Maybe I'm wrong, and we can discuss it. But like, yeah, it just seems helpful to users that they get at least 6 months of patch releases.
Yeah, right now it says like try to avoid breaking changes, sequential numbering, but we don't really enforce it. So do we have Tarek here in the call? We don't, right?
No,
Okay.
apparently not.
Okay.
But yeah, like how significant are the breaking changes? Can you make them non-breaking?
No, we cannot.
Then
The
is there a
API
reason
will
why you're
be,
not calling it
yeah.
another like?
So it will be, so some of the API will actually have a breaking changes in train job controller. So we need to break some of them, but we're going to announce it separately. Um,
And
the,
with that change, would you be able to migrate automatically? Be able to make it technically not breaking, but breaking?
no, we just announce it in the, because we, in the maintainers agree that in Alpha API, we are fine to reduce breaking changes to the API for now.
Oh yeah, that's not a breaking change. Yeah, no, like
No, it's a breaking change. So from the
I mean it's a
Kubernetes API
breaking change
perspective,
in the alpha, right? You said.
yeah, because API is an alpha.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like if we're following Kubernetes versioning, that's not breaking technically.
Yeah, but I mean, in Kubernetes term, right, when I have an alpha API, you can or cannot introduce alpha, breaking changes. It depends on the project, right? So in the Kubernetes core, yes, you can, and we kind of following the same way in TrainJob. But
Yeah.
anyway, I don't want to spend time here, but
All I'm
I
asking is
hope
just, please try. Please try. That's all.
by 20th, yes, it's 10 days, right?
Well, you're gonna do by 16th, technically.
But I mean, I guess like Dominic, you can cut the RC after 16th, right? RC3 if you need to.
Well, if there's a bug fix,
Well,
I guess.
yeah.
Not for a version change.
Okay. Okay.
Because that only gives us 4 days to find bugs. Well,
I mean, I don't expect platform release will find more bugs that we can find in our with our users of TrainJob,
I agree.
but it's
I agree.
fine.
It's more like if you find a bug in your manifests or something. That would probably be found pretty quickly. Cool. Okay. But yes, this is and it's on me as well to do the thing I need to do, and I will make sure that that happens. Okay. Anything else for releases, Dominic? Time to shine because it's the last meeting before the.
Well, I have nothing extra. I know like for 1.11, Valentina is like has recorded the video and is editing it. I've already made a PR as well, just adding the blog and other like media resources, and it's just waiting for the video.
No, we just
For
no, I shared the video some weeks ago. So yeah, I wanted to
oh,
add that as well. Yeah, the video is in the
okay.
drive, and Matteo will work on it. I think he's on PTO. Yeah, the video is there. Yeah, Tarek knows as well. Yeah. So
Yeah, no,
this
I was just
is
under the impression it wasn't edited. That's all.
It's not edited, so that's Matteo offered to do it, but he was on PTO, I think. That's what he
Hmm.
said. But yeah, I just want to offer some context that we were discussing, like with each release, usually working groups record a video of the main features. A couple of working groups did it, others couldn't, didn't have the availability to do so. So I recorded the video since I was the release manager for 1.11. Yeah, so just to provide some context, with something probably that needs to be discussed within this release, like, what are we doing with the videos? I know people are busy, and is this something we want to continue doing? Who will do it? I can offer to record the next video if you need any help. So yeah, something maybe to discuss later. But yeah, the video is there.
Thank you,
Cool.
Valentina.
Of course.
Yeah, so definitely we've only got 1 week, and like Monday is next Monday. This Monday I just checked. Yeah, and it's so yeah, I'll try and get those RCs out. Well, I'll give RCs for dashboard 2.0 just because I think it might break some stuff. So in case we end up having to change it. Cool. Okay. Anyone else got anything about releases? Anyone worried about anything? Anything raised? Okay, well, let's keep going. Did this happen in the end? This is just sad. Whoever was working on this. Yep, because I think we were just removing the Kubeflow survey from the top left and then making this a bit smaller so we could fit another thing here. Like removing the photo.
Yes, sorry, I was double muted.
Cool. Yep, okay, did this happen? Are you asking for a review? Is that what happened?
Yes, please. The website removing like the SDK survey because as per our agreement last time, I already closed the SDK survey. And the other thing is the AI policy. We need some reviews if we want to merge it or if we want to get it on the website.
We should definitely review that one. Also, I think as a separate thing, maybe we should remove the image from this so that we can fit more things. But anyway, because I think this is way longer than normal. Okay.
Yeah, you can add a comment and I can address that if we need to put it in the same PR.
It doesn't need to be the same PR, it's fine. Cool. Yeah, someone has their hand up, so.
Yeah, so I mean, Shard said, since we are reviewing SDK survey, can we add GSOC like link to the main website?
I think that was the
Send
idea.
yeah, like I mean, since this month we'll be starting the project submission, so I think that place we can use for GSOC marketing and all.
You mean like adding the results? We agreed we're going to publish a blog post with the result. Like I think Andre, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
That was
No, no.
yeah.
So, like for SDK survey, we'll publish a blog. That is like separate thing. My question or my suggestion is like in that place in the website, we should add like last year GSOC announcement or something. The last year we had
What's the
that
dates on it?
that sorry.
What's the dates on it? Is it
I think 16 March the project proposal submission will be starting.
we've kind of removed the events link as well, which makes it very hard to find the events.
Yeah, future events. I think
Okay, we should
16th of
definitely like
March. The application open, so I believe
yeah,
we
okay,
can
we
have
definitely should get it on there saying applications open
right,
on
right.
16th. Yeah. So if
Yeah,
you just want to
sure.
copy the same thing we had, this is why I'm saying we need to make this smaller so that it all fits. But
Yeah.
if you look back at the old GSOC, you can just copy and paste the same thing and change it to 2026.
Yeah, of course. Same thing
There'll be
will
a
do.
commit history. There'll be a commit history for that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Okay, if you two want to work on that, and then Andre or someone else can approve.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, this one should be fine to merge if it's removing. Assuming it doesn't have a failure. No, it's fine. Yeah. You can check. By the way, pro tip for everyone here, you can check the preview by clicking here. Under deploy preview. You can see this is what it looks like. Cool. Okay. AI policy? Who was talking about this?
Same. That was me still. Sorry, I thought it's like same name. Cool. Like I changed this to like a text. It's not really like a full thing like the structured stuff that we proposed last time. So and I would appreciate some feedback on it. If we want, we can just merge the PR. If not, yeah, it's okay. I started the discussion, tried to ping everybody, and let's see.
Still think we should move Kubeflow community to the top so that it's easy to find stuff like this. So yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's under here. Okay, cool. So this is the wording you propose here. Do you want to read it out or do you want to explain what you wrote?
Yeah, like it's just like like we allow it's same stuff. It's nothing changed really from what we discussed last time. We allow the use of AI tools. You have to use co-authored by the human contributor should still be responsible and should take ownership of like what you're proposing. You own it, you understand it, you verify it. We encourage people to run like the build, intent test, and all that kind of like CI jobs. Not all the CI jobs, but like the pre-commit stuff. Like you run it locally before you submit your PR to save us some time, save yourself some time. And if you're not able to discuss or explain what you're proposing, then we have the right to close your PR. And also discouraging people from using AI in reviews, like I mean in discussion in reviews. Yeah, pretty much that's it. And also like when it comes to licensing issues, it is their ownership, like or their responsibility to make sure like it's not violating any licensing or any issue from other products or other IPs or whatsoever.
I don't really think that's legally binding. I mean, it might be, who knows, but I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah.
But okay, cool.
Yeah,
mean,
it's just like in
yeah.
quality and security standards, and also like it has to be that kind of license. It's not legally binding, but mentioning it there doesn't harm as well. I don't know, like if we prefer to take it down, it's fine.
I mean, the DCO, yeah, I mean, it's complicated, right? Kind of is a certification of the same thing, but yeah.
Okay.
That's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
So if we prefer this format, we can keep it like this and appreciate
well, this is
some
just
reviews.
like the first overview, right? Like we should eventually have a full policy which details what happens when someone breaks the rules. But
yeah, I think we could have like a little bit policy guide or some sort of guide which tells you like if you violate this part of the policy, then here's what's going to happen. Here's like sort of governance to
here's like an
like
appeals process, for example. If we're going to have policies to ban people, we need to have an appeal process or whatnot. But yeah.
Yeah, like I think it needs a little bit of more like a little bit thought in it, but this one would just do the job for now, and then we can work on this on a longer term policy that where people can go back to and understand exactly what every part of what we say here means and how to appeal to the process and so on.
Wasn't there two different main bullet points that you had last time that we highlighted, or is which one of this is?
Like this one, after we agreed, we need to have a paragraph. The other one is on the community website. I can get you a link on the community repo, sorry, not website.
Yeah, which needs a bit of discussion, that one, yeah.
Yeah, I link it both. Like this one is linked in the community PR as well. So whatever format we think or we like, we can just like go with it. So the other one is in the chat right now. Here we go.
Okay.
Should be linked somewhere in the PR. But anyway.
Because I know that, yeah, last time we like.
Yeah, I didn't touch it really. This one, I just kept it as it is, and I thought maybe we get the
Because I thought
website
these
one
were
first.
pretty good. Like these wordings were.
Okay.
Like it's. I mean, the I don't know. It just seems like this is very punchy. I don't know.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? It's almost the same as your first bullet point, but very clear.
Yeah, like that was my first or initial proposal. But if we want a text that fits a website, like not itemized or whatsoever, it's fine. We have two different formats, whatever you guys prefer. So I appreciate some comments. If people just put what they think, I can update it to fit what we want.
So just question, what was the problem to copy paste all the initial doc? Like we just want to limit the text, like with transparency, accountability, and quality standard.
There wasn't really much. Like I thought people wanted not to have like the same structure, like 1, 2, 3, 4 different sections. Do we want to keep this format? Because I can just like
I think that we
put
thought
it
this
back.
was. I thought we thought a lot of this was quite duplicated of itself. So it was
Okay.
like no one would read it. But these two feel like the majority ones anyway.
So you just want to focus on these two instead of like just text like
This part's
format.
good. This disclosure is great. I mean, this is my opinion. Like, and also maybe the word "do not" is a bit too strong here, but the
Okay.
I mean, unless that is policy, I don't know.
Yeah. So again, like please some reviews, just put some comments, and I will address those, and we can have a discussion on the PRs
Okay,
if you want.
I really like these bullet points. I think if you just put 5 bullet points, but not in numbered things, just put these
Okay.
two, and then this one is pretty much a much more nice way of saying this.
Okay. That
You know, because the
works for
issue
me.
here is like we just don't want to be talking to an AI. We want to be talking to you about your PR. You know,
Yes.
like that's what that says, right? You know, like
Yeah.
I feel like that says it very effectively.
Perfect.
You wrote it well first, is what I'm saying.
Okay. I thought it wasn't really, it was like really too chatty, the first place, or
I mean,
too
maybe.
structured.
No,
But
not as
anyway.
like bullet points. It's more like you just literally have. I don't know. Is there anyone else who wants to say one of the other ones is also important to have on the first list? I think the author by, right? So like, I think those
Yes.
5 bullet points are enough. Just you can even have the prefix, right? Disclosure. And I think we should order the debate should be what order are they in, right? I think maybe this bullet point should be expanded a little bit based off what you wrote, which is you must understand it. Like that's the only part. Oh no, that's fine. That's actually this one. Yeah, these two together are fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. Andre, do you disagree? Like having this point, like this bullet point, verification, explainability, authentic communication, and disclosure, but with a little bit less wording on the disclosure, maybe. Or actually, it's fine to have the full one as long as it's at the bottom, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's okay. We can have the examples. It's fine.
Do you agree
Anyway,
that those 5 bullet points would be easier?
yeah, it's probably better than nothing, right? So let's have this 5 bullet point first.
If you raise
Maybe
that
one.
PR, yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah, I will
update it
update
site,
the
and then
PR.
we're gonna merge it already.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think this KSC can just quickly vote on that, and that would be fine. All right.
Just
Cool.
quick questions
This-
of maybe, yeah. Sorry, just maybe have a cross link to the contributing page, right? So first they must read the contrib page and then go over AI
Actually,
policy,
yeah,
right?
that's really important. There should be a bullet point which says like all AI rules don't overrule the contributing rules. You know.
Yeah, basically like, call to action. Read contrib policy first, then AI policy, then do the work, right?
So here is another thing. Maybe we can add another bullet point about like the agents.md that we add at the root of the repos that people need to commit to using those, or make sure like
Yeah,
their
like a
agents.
reference. I agree.
Not every
I agree
repo is
with
going to have it though, so I think this policy should be generic, right? And we may not have
Okay.
that forever. This is about just these are the 5 bullet points, and you wrote them really well to begin with, right?
I would so I think I discussed it last week, but I suggest we kind of like tell about agents.md because I think it's a best practice for everyone to follow, and I hope
But do you want
others
to
can
just
also
start with the
learn.
policy, maybe, so we don't have debate? Like, I think
I,
we all
I
agree
think,
Yeah,
on
but
these.
okay.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
I
I
think
just
we all
wanted to
agree on
say,
these.
okay, yeah. Well, I agree with you, but I think pipelines, trainer, SDK, they all now have agents.md. I'm not sure if like other repos might or might not have it. But anyway, I would just like going to say if you're using any coding agent, make sure like the agent.md is either linked or added to the context of your agent. So because in this we add like what you should respect in the repo, somehow like how do we do like some stuff introducing the project to the agent, which would save him some time. If you're working with like coding agents, sometimes you just like go back in history or go back in time and get an old version of the code and try to speculate things or try to get things from a very old version to, mess with or whatsoever. But anyway, it's just like small hint, or maybe it can be added to the contributing guide. Like if you're working with a repo and trying to use coding agents, try to point them to the right agent.md or any other format they understand, like cloudcode.md or whatsoever.
But I don't think that's a policy per se of
Yeah, it's not a
every.
policy, no. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
makes sense.
that's
Maybe
an
contributing.
advice,
Yeah.
but like,
Okay. Yeah.
I just want
Makes
this to be
sense.
more generic than that. Like that's because like, what if that doesn't continue forever or something? Whereas like these 2 bullet points. I know this is my perspective. That's all I'm saying. Like if we all think we can agree and merge this with like that verification, explainability, authentic communication, and because like these 2 are pretty much the same as this. I don't want to have the word they're responsible because it's kind of debatable if they're responsible anyway. But like this like, and the last one being disclosure. Is there any others that people think? Well, then we can vote on those ones, right? Like that is pretty much what you've written here, just without this one, but in bullet point form. If you want, I'd suggest you have a preamble which says, "Please review the contributing guide. Here are our current policy for AI contributions."
Cool. That's perfect.
Here is our current policy. Sorry, and then we can have a KSC vote. Anyone else got any comments they want to raise before we move on? Andre, Francisco, other people? If not, we'll move on. Okay.
No, I just given the like tidal wave of PRs we got coming, like we can move quickly on this one because my God, yeah.
I agree. So what I'm saying is, Francisco, would you be inclined to agree with vote yes on the KSC if we just made these 5 bullet points the ones on that?
Yeah. I think it's good too. I think the bullet points are helpful because that's what people remember. So I think it's good.
Yep. Cool. And then we have a place to link to on the agents files. Okay. Cool. Anyone else? Okay, cool. Let's do that. Thank you so much for your work on this.
You're welcome. No problem. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. The FOSA issues. Has anyone had any more issues since the outage? I'll just put it here in case they have. I turned it off on certain repos, so I think they claim it's resolved. So hopefully that stops happening. If you have problems or want to reconnect your repo, we should talk. I think I disabled notebooks and dashboard for now. The AI usage, we already talked about that. That's okay. Okay. GSOC Ramesh. That's coming very soon, or is he here? If not, then I think highlighting it for everyone that GSOC is happening very soon. Opening applications open on the 16th, as we talked about before. You submit them not directly to us, but through the GSOC website. Please submit through the GSOC website. Here are the steps. Click that one to go there. And here's some guidelines and some templates. Anyone got any questions here that need to be answered? If not, okay, Valentina, I want to let you talk about your KubeCon thing. Sorry, we forgot about that.
Yeah, no, all good. Yeah, KubeCon, I think they knew, well, not new, but something we need to discuss. So, a quick recap, of course, KubeCon is less than 2 weeks, right? So, if you are planning to attend to KubeCon, let us know. We are very excited about, many opportunities for the Kubeflow community at KubeCon. Since we'll have a kiosk on Thursday from 10 to 4 p.m. So that gives 4 hours of us, being able to connect with the end users community. So we need your help. We still need more people from, who can help us at the booth, whether if you are a project maintainer, contributor, end user, or someone who's been, I don't know, just playing around with Kubeflow and want to share your use case, what you have learned with Kubeflow, you can join us. So there is a link where it says in action items section, add yourself to the schedule. You can add yourself. But also, if you have an idea about a demo that you want to demonstrate at the kiosk, this is an incredible opportunity, 1 in a million, because we will give you the space, we will promote your demo. So if you want to, like, there are some people that are, playing with integrations. So you are like, hey, I've been looking into this integration, I have it working. Maybe you implement it in your own organization or in a project. So you're welcome to submit. We will review it. Just, add your name at the booth schedule, add, a comment that you want to do a demo there. And then, yeah, we are looking forward to have those listed. And then what else? We are doing a maintainer session. If there is any topic that you think we should mention, that's the other thing. We do have we will talk about this or that, but if you are like, hey, I think this is happening right now, we should mention this. So I'm so grateful to be representing the Kubeflow community. So we are trying to gather as much of, information from the working groups on different components, but if there is something else you think is critical for us to convey to the audience. So this is the maintainer track is usually a session when we have Kubeflow end users, but also people who are new to Kubeflow. And there was a lot of the times where a lot of them were platform engineers. So we were talking about like how Kubeflow brings benefits to them. So yeah, we, just reach out if you need anything. I think we have the Slack Kubeflow outreach, or just, let us know here on the chat. Then what else? We have the co-located event as well that we joined with, the Cloud Native AI, Kubeflow. We discussed it many times, but, a reminder that we will be there. This is day 0, so it's Monday. I will be the MC for that room. So I think we have it somewhere, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, at the top. Yeah, this is our co-located event. So we are thrilled to be doing this, to have this space as, as a co-located event with a joint effort from the Cloud Native AI. We are looking forward to meet really new people, new users that maybe haven't heard about Kubeflow before, or maybe they are curious about Kubeflow, that they can hear it from the first time. But also people who've been there, also in the Kubeflow Summit. This is an event for Kubeflow as well. So we are looking forward to seeing you there. Yeah, there, perfect.
Cool.
Yeah, and then I think do I need to talk about the virtual event, or
Yeah, what's that?
so,
What's the timeline
yeah.
from here? Yeah.
So KubeCon India, the team submitted for the CFP for the maintainer track. So we are waiting on that. I think there were some people submitting from there is open source summit event in India as well. So I think they were planning to submit that as well. So this is for everyone. If you're ever like, hey, I am based in this region and I want to submit, I want to be, showcase and represent the Kubeflow community, reach out. We are very open, to have people joining those events and representing us. We know you love Kubeflow. That's why you're here. So we want to see how we can support you and your contributions. The virtual event, so I don't know is David or Tarek is here. No. So the last update from Tarek that I heard is that we do have the dates. So yes, we have the dates. So April 22 is where CFP will open. So we will, after KubeCon, we'll start promoting this. But if you have time and you want to start thinking about it, like, hey, what I could be doing, like, what type of submission could I be submitting, and start talking with other speakers. We know that takes time, so you could be doing that. We will talk more after KubeCon. Yeah, Akash, yes. You're here. Perfect. Yeah,
Yeah. So I just wanted to give some update regarding KubeCon India. So today
yeah, go
morning
for
we
it.
got a mail for our maintenance summit. It is waitlisted. So I mean, we'll see how it goes. At least for KubeCon India maintenance trial. Uh, Similarly, like just one day prior, there is open source summit. Me and one more person, Abhijit and Kapil from Red Hat, we submitted CFP as well. So probably for that we have to see. But for KubeCon India, like maintenance track, our talk is waitlisted as of now.
Cool. Does that mean we're likely or not likely to get one?
I mean, waitlisted means like basically it's not accepted yet. But if any at least one or two of previous talk they are shifted or like they are cancelled, we will get a chance. So I mean, technically a
Okay,
good.
anyway, what's the next steps for KubeCon India then? Anything we need to do?
No, for both, I mean, acceptance mail will be coming a little bit later. So we have to plan for that. I think that's where, what do you say, Red Hat team for one of the previous summit, they have volunteered for the booth. So for both, I think we are fine. If we have get to the talk, that will be much better. But yeah, I mean, for Kubernetes, I think we are fine. Also, I think few of like contributor and members from India volunteered to help with booth. So let me know
Cool.
if anyone who is present in call want to volunteer for booth. Probably we can have a later discussion. How do we manage the booth and how do we plan? So yeah,
Cool. Thanks for your work there.
yeah.
Normally
Yeah,
you have to
thank
really
you so
nail
much.
people down because they always look for they always see a cool talk and they're like, "Oh, I want to go to the talk. Can someone else take the booth?" And it's like, "No, talk, please go to the booth."
Yeah, at
Yeah,
least like we are planning to make sure at least 3 or 4 of us are there. I mean, if any more people are there, at least then we will get a little bit of free time.
Yeah, that's always good. Thank you for that. Okay, Dominic, I want to leave you with some time. You wanted to talk about this?
Yeah, so I had the opportunity to speak with Georgia Tech, Georgia as in the state of Georgia, not the country. Um, their open source program office has started a summer internship where they get Georgia Tech students involved with like open source projects. Um, I've added the application form for it and like the internship slides. The general idea is that the students get to pick their projects. So each project or like each mentor or maintainer would have to create like a 5 minute lightning talk with like 2 or 3 slides just talking about their project and what they hope for the intern to do. And then in like from like mid-March to April, the students have to like select their top picks for whichever project they'd want to get involved with. And then starting May 18th uh, through July 24th, you'd have an intern working.
There was a question on the chat. Is this
Yeah.
presumably the people who are applying are enrolled at Georgia Tech? Not all,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, they're for Georgia Tech students only. It's for undergraduates and for master's students as well. And with this program, you can also choose how many students you would like. So you can have 1 student, 2 students, or even 3.
And how does it work? So if we submit a project, we're not guaranteed to get a student, or we are, or how does it work?
Well, it depends how many people would sign up. I'm not necessarily too sure myself. I know that last year, they worked with IBM and it was like mainly like IBM related projects and they're hoping to grow out more and more. So I reckon like if we were to submit, there would be like a high chance of success. I mean, comparing it to like GSOC, I think the barrier of entry for GSOC is much higher, um, compared to this. If like
I
you have
mean,
like a
yeah.
leftover GSOC submission, or like if one was rejected, it might be worth it to try to convert it to this.
So what's our requirements? Like, so how does it work? What do we have to do if, say, we do propose a project and they're accepted?
It would just be you'd have to spend some time with the intern and try to make them work on some sort of project.
Do we have to like
Contribute.
do evaluations like GSOC or?
Yes, they would have to give some evaluation, but the student would also have to like make a poster about their experience.
And do we know how
Georgia
much
Tech,
time they allocate to the road project?
they have 10 weeks, and I think we have to allocate to them like 4 to 8 hours. That's what.
Per week?
Um, Let me check the
Maybe?
slides.
Okay, sorry, I can open that.
Um, I recall like 4 to 8 hours. Like at the most.
Yeah, it's 20 hours per week, is it?
Oh, sorry, as in like the mentor would have to dedicate.
No. I mean, like,
Yeah,
I'm trying because it just gives an idea for people how big of
yeah.
a project they could give them. That's kind of what I'm saying.
Okay, yes, yeah. I misunderstood. Apologies. Yeah, it's 20
Cool.
hours
Okay, I
for
mean,
25,
of
30
course, some
students.
students usually end up working more than that if it's summer and they're
Hmm.
not working. Because it says they fund them, so that's kind of the idea usually with GSOC, where Google in that case pays, so that they
Yep.
don't get a summer job, they do this as a job, and it's more relevant to their future usually.
Yes, and I mean Georgia Tech also like provides office hours for them. So if like they'll get like open source training there as well.
Cool. Okay, well, that's useful actually, because that's always something we have to teach every GSOC student usually. Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. Is there any next steps for us then? What can we do here to like? When do we have to apply by? March.
Well, it's very last minute. They're doing the lightning talks like call next Tuesday, so March 17th.
Oh, this is
So
applications for.
for us, basically due at that point. So like it is very last minute, but it is just
Wait.
like a five
Application.
minute
Do we
lightning
have to
talk.
do? Wait, so I'm confused. That's not the date they apply by, or is it the date they apply by?
That's when they get the interns in the call, and that's when they start to choose. So it
Okay, so the
is
date's really. So then, okay, what we need to do is
really close. Yeah.
like next steps are. Okay, so what's our next steps, people? So we need to do something if someone wants to do it. This you're just highlighting. We can do it next year as well, but like
Hmm.
what like if we want to participate in 2026, we need to do what
Yeah.
before?
So the application date is I've put in the form. It's just like filling out information about the project. And like you can choose how many students you would want, and like who would mentor the students, and if like what requirements would the students like need, like programming, whether it be like programming language or like any social skills.
Okay, and then this, and they need to fill it out before this date, and we also need to do a
Mhm.
lightning talk, right? That's what you're
Yeah,
saying. Where would they need to put their project, or is it just that's in the application?
it's in the application.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So if people have that, like, if possible, how would they do that?
Um, Sorry, could you repeat?
Where would they just have you linked to how they do that, or do you have to submit this and then you get invited?
You would submit it, then you get invited.
Okay, and let's do the next one. When
You
is
can
that?
also like choose. It's the talks are like March 17th, um, from 3:30 EST to 5:30 EST, and you can like choose a time slot if you want, like from 3:30 to 4, etc. Um, you can also choose if you want to present it yourself, like you're submitting for yourself, or if you're submitting on the behalf of someone, or even like a video as well. I think would be justifiable.
Technically, it's before the 17th, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Thanks for this. I don't know if anyone's gonna have time just in this last minute, but we
yeah, I
if
agree. It's
you
just
have time,
thought I'd let anyone know.
maybe we should plan for next year. But if
Hmm.
people have a I mean um I guess this is that. Okay, like our deadline to submit.
Yeah.
I guess. Cool.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Next steps then. Anything else there? So if people want to do this, reach out to Dominic, I guess, for help.
Yep.
Thank you.
It's Dominic Kafka at the Slack.
Cool. Cool. Okay, anyone else got anything they need to talk about? We can give Vapul back 7 minutes, if not. Any urgent topics?
Matthew,
yeah.
there is the agenda at top. I think we missed at top.
Which one?
Can you scroll a little bit? Yeah. I think formalize access to this one. So I have
Oh,
raised
okay, did this happen?
the PR for that. I mean, apparently this is more for review for KC members. So I will love to know whatever suggestion about that and how can we improve this. And other foreign procedure to get that OCI infra to the Qflow project, or let's say GSOC project. I think few of the GSOC projects are already using it.
Okay, what do you need? So this is a KFP, I guess. KEP, sorry.
This is not KEP. This is like just a documentation. KEP after that I have to formalize and like then format for the issue template. This is like just the documentation part.
Okay, I think, is this not a KEP?
Yeah, I mean, like I'll add on top of that. So basically, the initial idea is, let's say anyone from the KC member or they want to request a GP infra, they just have to create a issue tagging one of the admin, which is like basically currently Chase is there and Valentina is there, and then we can just formalize till what time frame it is needed, what are the use cases, so it will be transparent to all the committee members. That's the whole idea for this.
I think the most important thing then is just making sure that it's clear who's got access to what and what they're using it for.
Right.
And so like maybe having a meeting or something, or just maybe a doc somewhere that lists out the current allocations, Google Doc or something. Or
Okay.
that's probably what I'd suggest. And then someone who's in charge. That's the most important thing. Like who's in charge of, in my experience with resource allocation, it's identify how much resource we have in total, and then have a process to, so there's, you've got your, goals and how you do it, I guess. But the most important thing is the process, I think, in this case, to make sure that, because we presumably will have more people wanting to use it than hardware.
Okay.
Right?
Sure, I'll
Maybe.
no problem with this. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, so if issue is fine for the requests, but who's decide who, like, is it just going to be you and Chase and Valentina, or who's going to be deciding who gets what?
I think deciding, like, again, this whole idea for this is like not deciding who gets what. It's more of a like just for transparency. I think I have mentioned that. So anyway, like for few of the project even last year and this year, they're using it because we have got and we want to utilize it. More of a control, this cap is for more of a transparency. Like actually, okay, if there is two very similar process going on, then a community should know about that, not just like the people who are using, not just case member, but everyone. So the
Okay,
overall,
so it seems like you've got here, right? The KSC / working group leads.
yeah, I mean, reviewed in a sense, basically, like they have to say yes, right? It's
Okay. I mean, is there anything? So there are people currently using the stuff that haven't gone through this process.
yeah. The I
So
think
we should probably make everyone reapply then if there's a new process. Right.
yeah, that also makes sense.
And what's the total amount of hardware as well? We should put that somewhere.
Right, that also makes sense. I'll improvise on this PR. I'll probably add that in this KP.
Okay. Anyone else got any comments here? Because it's hard to make a request if you don't know what you can request.
Right.
Do you know the number off your head? What is the number?
Sorry, number of?
How many servers do we have that we could allocate?
I think GPU wise we have around 4 or 5 requests. Again, this is like, since this is subtenancy under CNC for all, so we can obviously request an increase, but for now we have around 5 to 6. VM wise, I think there are like more than 50 or 60 VMs we can spin off. So
When you say 4, you mean 4 servers?
No, I meant 6 GPUs, like
on one server,
yeah.
like an HGX system.
No, unfortunately for this one we have 8 only.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like
Okay, cool.
obviously we can request, but again, that will have another
We
process.
should make sure that we put what's available to request so that people know what they can request.
Of course, sure.
Say, like, if you maybe even put it at the beginning of this, or like at the first.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, I'll improvise on this. Just like you wanted to
But just
get
see what's
all the feedback.
currently available, because it's
Yeah.
very hard to know what I can request if it's like, okay, what am I able to use, like
Yeah.
what will it look like as well? Explain, like, is it just SSH access? And if multiple people get assigned it, then how do they fight over it?
Right, sure.
Okay, cool. Anyone else got any other questions or comments about that? So if
I
you
have
can do that, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, like I have like another topic quickly. We have covered 2
Mhm.
minutes, but do you have any question for this, Maji?
No.
Yeah. So I just want to quickly say about MCP server if we have time.
This one.
Yeah. So yeah, this one. So I think we have a lot of great comments overall the progress. So the great discussion from everyone involved. I guess the next steps for us to vote on the repo creation, and so Abhishek can start do his work on enabling MCP server for Kubeflow projects. So agents can talk to our tools. I guess there are kind of like open discussion, whether you want to enable skills or you want to build a sub agents, or it should be kind of like broader team around Kubeflow intelligence. Because I think we have all the required, orchestration logic so agents can do end-to-end LLM ops, which is pretty cool. But I guess like we can start with MCP first and then see how this can be extended to support more intelligence at the end.
So I think
Especially
there's
like
still
with skills. Yeah, go ahead.
question right around who is going to be, if it's a new repo, who's in the approvers file? Is it the SDK approvers, right?
Yeah. We can start with ML experience. Yeah.
And
And
like,
then,
or that they're the only root approvers, I think. And someone needs to control what's happening because there's going to be a lot of pull requests. This is a very AI magnet repo.
yeah, I understand this.
Someone needs to review. So is ML experience working group going to take ownership of it?
Yeah, for now, yeah, we can start with Kubeflow SDK and see how it goes, and then we can onboard more maintainers who like for folks who are interested in this. Akash?
Yeah, I mean, what Matthew saying is actually correct. This has actually happened for that doc agent repo we have. So even me and Abhijit we were discussing. For now, SDK like SDK maintainers will review. And what I mean, I know it is little bit binding to like a contributor, but will not allow any at least PR for now. We'll ask for only we will open issues for discussion. They can comment the discussion. Let's not allow PRs directly. What has happened that like 30 a single person has committed like 30 PRs on the same almost similar things.
Yeah.
So that's a like big headache to just like remove
Yeah.
part itself.
Yeah, that's why, we should merge the stats PR as soon as we can, today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
This
like
PR
let us
or
know. No, I'm telling about the AI policy.
Yeah.
Oh, that as well.
If,
Yes, that as well. Yes.
yeah, so if folks don't follow this, we can just, close their PRs.
So before that though, this is a KEP, right?
Yeah.
The proposal to make a repo is a separate thing. This would be is this the policy that your working group, Andre, is going to use? Is this the proposal you're going to build to?
I mean, I wouldn't overcomplicate things, right? For Kubeflow SDK, we've done the same, right? Like we have a proposal.
If you merge this, who's approving this, right? It would be you, not you, but your working group.
Yeah, so the repo creation is up to KSC, right? As we did before.
That's what I'm saying. So separate that. Let's say we make a repo, assuming we do.
Okay.
What is going to be built in it?
Yeah, so who will be in the owner's file, you're asking?
No, like this is one plan. I've seen a lot of proposals of different plans.
Yeah. So you mean who will do the work?
Well, that's part of it, but even just who's going to decide on what we're building first?
Yeah. So again, it's a community, right? Like we have a folks from Red Hat who are interesting to contribute this, like Abhishek especially, he's want to have this initial plan to build. And there are other folks from Red Hat who are also interesting to work on this as well, right? So who will make a decision? Again, as I said, like probably Kubeflow SDK will be the primary XML experience. I mean, because we still have working groups, ML experience leads will decide.
So they should be in the root owners file. Yeah.
Initially, yes, I think. Yeah.
And then then my question is, assuming it's more generic than just SDK repo, because we talked about potentially doing
so for now, I mean, if you read the proposal, it's tightly integrated to Kubeflow SDK. Yes, like we have done discussion around whether other intelligence should be integrated. Maybe like, for cluster admins, for platform administrators who don't really need to have, who more want to admin Kubeflow project clusters instead of like,
I'm just wondering if it
yeah.
might be more likely to succeed if you just make it a subfolder in the SDK repo initially, because then you are forced to review it, and because then it's clear who owns it, right? That's just my only worry.
Yeah, but logically it's just separate, right? Like logically, it's a different thing. Okay.
Yeah, so again, I think Matthew's asking like who will be starting to work on. So Abhijit already has like a bare bones structure for this project on his personal GitHub account. For now, one of the thing we can obviously all the due process like adding owner's file and all the due process, we can start with that. Then like we'll have issues for what are the plans, which is already part of KEP. A lot of discussion happened there. Idea is subsequent any addition or removal or like whatever decision taken that will be taken by the owners or like basically the working group. If that answers your question, Matthew, like the scape is different. The code or like actual tool for MCP is in the Abhijit GitHub account.
Again, it's not up to me to decide. Andre and working group leads should
Yeah.
decide, because bootstrapping a project from zero is quite hard. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So there's a implementation already. So if you want to, because we could vote on transferring this repo into our org, maybe, Andre.
That's I think our plan. Like that's our plan. Like to transfer. Like obviously we'll review this, then probably to transfer to Kubeflow org if it is fine for Andre and everyone.
Or are we
Do
just
we know?
copy-
Yeah. Like I don't know. We can talk to Abhijit right around this. I don't know if he wants to transfer or if we want to have a new repo. I don't think it's a hard process, Matthew, because it's much easier than the Kubernetes 6.
Yeah.
Everything is automatic, and we still use GitHub Actions, so it's very straightforward.
Please put a license on here which says this is Apache licensed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's
Anyway,
just a question.
I think again, from my perspective here, it's more about for us to experiment to show value, and it's like more about like experimental thing for now. But again, probably we will once we start to work on this, we will find out what will be the ideal plan, after moving forward. Because again, maybe we should keep this under SDK, and I think there are several suggestions to do this as well.
So which
But
one do you want to start with, though? What do you want to start with? Do you want to just start being under SDK?
I mean, from my perspective, I would start with creating MCP server repo and just let Abhijit do
or just
his work.
transferring this one. Is that what you're saying? Or do you want to make a new one?
Yeah, I mean, I would just create a new one, doesn't matter,
That's
because
fine.
it's easier for us to have a license, etc. Because like we can control everything, right? Similar to what we've done for example.
Okay, so then let's do that. If the KSC agrees, let's make a new repo. Let's have a warning at the top which says this is experimental. Owner's file is the approvers from ML experience, and then this person should make a pull request into it, and it can be discussed there as the first pull request. Is that reasonable?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. Any other suggestions or objections or
how ready
comments?
is this as well?
Yeah, maybe we can talk about some more on Wednesday, like now MLX calls. So
you should vote on that as your working group. Yes, that's what you should vote on. Yes.
Yeah, but the KSC should make a decision on repo.
Well, yeah, I mean, we should also agree on if we think we should have a repo or not. It's a bit of work.
Okay.
But,
okay.
I mean, either way, it's going to be a pull request either into the SDK repo or into a new repo. It's one or the other. So, same idea. You should still check what's being pull request.
Yep, that sounds good.
Cool. Okay. Anyone else got anything they want to do? We're pretty much over time. Thanks, everyone. Good as always.